halfway through the debate, she still hasn't talked about locking up anyone committing any crimes.
Okay.
Anyone who commits a crime under our laws, especially with the change they made to bail, has consequences. I don't know why that's so important.
I don't know why that's so important to you. Kathy Hochul, that was Republican candidate Lee Zeldin debating Governor Kathy Hochul last night, calling out the governor on her soft on crime policies that have caused violent crime to surge to levels that we haven't seen since the mid-1990s when Rudy Giuliani was elected mayor of New York City and our next guest, who you just saw, was elected governor of New York. Joining us now for reaction to what's going on in the Empire State is the last Republican elected governor of New York in 2002, technically, George Pataki. Good to see you, sir. Great to have you back.
Rob, great being on with you again.
So what'd you make of the debate last night? Lee Zeldin, did he do enough to convince the undecided voters out there to vote Republican next month?
I certainly think so. I mean, what I was hoping for is exactly what happened, that the debate focused on crime. Everyone knows that crime is out of control in New York City and across the state. Hochul has done virtually nothing, and in fact, she defended the status quo when everyone knows that it's unacceptable. Crime is way too high. We have to take back the seats, and Zeldin did a tremendous job pointing out steps, concrete steps he would take to make New York safe again.
And you got elected 3 times, which is shocking in a state like New York. Can you talk about, let's go back to 1994, when you were first elected. You and Rudy Giuliani swept into the governor's mansion and the mayor's office down in New York. The political climate was very similar to what we're seeing now, especially with respect to high crime in both New York and across the country. Talk about that and how it might compare to what's going on right now.
Rob, that's exactly right. You know, New York is a Democratic state, and you need to get over 1 million Democrats to say, I want to try something different, and I will vote for a Republican to do that. That was the case in 1994 when we were the most violent, the most dangerous state in America. You know, people look at New York and they think, oh, it was safe for so long. Well, it wasn't when I took office. And today you look at New York, and New Yorkers across the political spectrum, Democrats, liberals, independents, and of course Republicans and conservatives, take a look and say that our criminal justice system is failing. The no bail law is absurd. It lets violent criminals get arrested by the police who are trying so hard, and they're out on the street the same day to commit more crimes. It has to change. Zeldin made that point over and over. Hochul defended an unacceptable status quo. And I think that was a major mistake on her part. And I think it gives Lee the opportunity, as I had in 1994, to get enough Democrats to cross the partisan line and vote for him to win this race.
I thought this was fascinating. You've got to go back to your campaigns in the 90s to see another Republican candidate for governor do the same thing. Lee Zeldin is spending a whole lot of money in New York City, about 43% of the electorate down in New York City, the rest in the upper part of the state. What do you make of that? Is that the right move? Because obviously, you know, he doesn't have as much money as Kathy Hochul to spend on this race.
Well, not as much money, and Zeldin actually was very effective in linking some of the corrupt deals that were made in Albany with her campaign financing. But yes, he's absolutely right to be focusing in New York City. A Republican is not going to get 50%, but you get over 30%, and you have an excellent chance of carrying the state. And in New York City, as I said, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, you're afraid to ride the subway. When you walk on the streets, even in Midtown in the middle of the day, you're looking over your shoulder, hoping nothing's going to happen. It wasn't like that until these no bail and other ridiculous criminal justice so-called reforms were put in place. And you have Democratic district attorneys, like the district attorney in Albany, a very liberal Democrat, saying the criminal justice system is failing, repeating exactly what Zeldin is saying. So, yes, I think he can do well enough in the city to get sufficient votes to win statewide.
Wow. Quinnipiac had him down by 4 points in their most recent poll this week. I'm sure those numbers have tightened since the debate last night. 30 seconds left, sir. Is crime worse? Lee Zeldin was attacked at a campaign event over the summer. There was a shooting outside his house. His daughters were home at the time studying for school. Is it worse now? Is crime worse than it was in 1994 when you first ran?
It's worse than it was when Hochul took office. Let me put it that way. 1994, it was the Wild West, and today it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And her policies work. Ask any New Yorker. They know they're not working. New York is too dangerous. Zeldin will change that.
All right, 13 days to go. Gov George Pataki, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the truth. No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
Real news
For real people.